Hi guys, welcome to the video. So today we are going to be talking all about EDC Las Vegas. It's officially, I'm not sure the exact number, but like 23 days away, 22 days at this point from EDC Las Vegas, which is crazy. So I wanted to do one more big Q&A video for anybody who is currently preparing and planning and just like putting all your stuff together. So this is actually a continuation. So part one is on my podcast, Rave Culture Cast. I probably answered over 25 questions. So definitely check out that episode. I will link it down below. But this is a part two. So I'm going to be answering all of the questions that you guys dropped on my last Instagram post. And we're just going to chat about EDC. I'm going to help you prepare and all that good stuff. So if you are new here, before we get started, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button down below to come join the family. You can also check out my EDC Las Vegas playlist, which has over 65 videos all about EDC to help you prepare. And if you like this in the end, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. All right, with all that being said, let's just jump in because I haven't gone through any of these questions. So I have no idea what you guys asked, but there are 59 comments. So I'm going to need to do this like lightning round style, or I'm going to have to do a part three. But you guys ready? Okay, so the top comment right now is from Samir. What is up, Samir? He said, what services does the med tent provide? Will they kick out people who take illegal substances? So no, they will definitely not kick you out. If you guys need anything, go to a med tent, find one of the ground control people, a medical personnel that's walking through the crowd. Even if you're dehydrated or something like that, if you think somebody needs help, go to the med tent. You are not going to get in trouble. They are there to help you, and you don't want to risk your life or something like that. So definitely go to the med tent. It's really also good to just identify those on the map in advance so that you know where they are. Or when you get to the festival, do a quick lap of the whole festival and identify where the med tents are, among the food and water and all that stuff. You want to know where the bathrooms are, free water refill station is, and the medical tent. So great question. Mackenzie said, how bad are the shuttle lines? So I haven't taken a shuttle since 2017, and that year was rough, but in 2018 and 2019, they were much better. Plus, if you do the VIP shuttles, I believe you can pick what time you're going to be picked up. So that's really nice. They try to space it out, but they're not too bad. I just always leave myself, I know it sounds like a lot, I leave myself an hour and a half to 2 hour window to get to the festival. Sometimes it'll be much faster. Sometimes it'll only be 45 minutes to get to the festival, but you need to leave early and you need to leave yourself enough time for the shuttles. Carl Ludacris said, a must know for first timers, please. Love my first timers. First and foremost, love my first timers. You guys are gonna have an amazing time. I'm so excited for you. Anything that you must know. I mean, it's just a lot to take in. It's a 3-day marathon. It's not a sprint. It's very long nights. Just get there early and make sure you take everything in, identify all the different areas and explore, have fun, check out the different stages, the art cars, the sponsored tents, like all of that good stuff. All the art installations, like there's so much to explore. So if you're a first timer, definitely do that. And again, I'd bring a hydration pack, I'd bring comfy shoes and take some breaks throughout the time too. Go eat, go sit down, rest a little bit. It's going to be a long night, but you guys are going to have an amazing time. Jessie Do said, have I done an IV drip between days for recovery and does it help? So no, I haven't. So I can't speak to any experiences with IV drips and if those help. My group personally loads up on Pedialyte though. I also have my Raver hydration sticks too, you guys. Those are also really good to help with hydration. They come in little packets. You can pour them in your water. You can drink that before, during, or after a festival to help restore your body. It's really great. So I do have a code if you guys want to check them out. I will put it here. I believe it's Emma K for 10% off at Raver. But no, I've never done an IV drip, so I'm not sure. But just make sure you're staying hydrated, you're getting your electrolytes in, all that good stuff. Miss Tingley just said, first time going this year, I'm nervous, I'm making candy tonight. I need to make some candy too. I have my candy from Candy Bar, but I definitely want to sit down and make some special candy for EDC. Again, first timers, you're going to be blown away. Like there's nothing like your first experience. It's truly, truly magical. The fireworks display is going to blow your mind. So just enjoy yourself. Okay, I got a lot of questions about the weather, so let's talk about the weather. Missy7 said, I'm a first time goer. I keep hearing mixed things about the weather. Should I pack something warm? Is it worth it to rent a locker? So I think lockers are great at festivals. I've never done it at EDC, but I've done them at Imagine and Ever After. So in this case, it might be good because if it's really warm during the day, like let's say it's 80s or even 70s and it's very comfortable, it might get down to like 60s, 50s at night, which could be quite cool even in the big crowds. So it might be worth bringing a sweatshirt or sweatpants or something along those lines and then putting it in a locker and then taking it out when you need it. So that way you don't have to drop a ton of money on the merch lines, and those lines get really crazy long as well. So I think it might be worth it this year. I am personally sticking with the outfits I had planned. However, I have layers to my outfits. So I have tights I can throw on. I have different long sleeve shrugs, pashminas. I'm probably going to bring jerseys. Anything that you can layer on to keep yourself warm, I think is worth it. And if you're doing Camp EDC like I am, it's really nice because if you need to, worst case scenario, you can run back to your tent and grab something. KHoff95 said, are you doing a meetup? Yes, I'm going to rate you back right now. Yes, so many. Stay tuned. Yes, 100%. EDC is like my home, my second home. I will be doing many meetups. I'm working on one now with a couple friends. That's going to be really fun. There's always going to be a lunchbox meetup. I'm going to do a Rave Culture Cast meetup. So we'll do plenty of meetups and we'll have stuff at Camp EDC too. So I will see you there. Okay, this is a good question. I don't know the answer, but somebody answered it in the comments. So this is why you guys are amazing because you're helping each other out here. But Geez Louise 2.0 said, what is the best time to hit the showers at camp? And somebody said early in the morning, I would take my showers around 8 to 9 and it was decent. So that's pretty good to know. I'll probably be sleeping at that time, but I would imagine if people are sleeping all day, the showers are probably going to be packed later in the afternoon right before the festival. So I would picture like 2 to 5, like 2 to 6 p.m. is probably going to be really crazy. So yeah, if you can do it earlier in the morning or just maybe like as soon as you get back from the festival and just get it over with, that might be good. Okay, Maddie D Life said Ubers versus shuttles. So I do have a full video on this. I've done both. I took shuttles for 3 years and I took Uber for 2 years. Honestly, I think it's different now because Ubers, in my experience, the last few ones I've taken, like have shot up in price. Lyft to me is a little better, at least on the East Coast. I would recommend shuttles because you pay one price for the whole weekend. You don't even have to worry about it. You can get there on time. They usually check all of your stuff before you get on the shuttle, so you don't have to do that when you get to the festival. You can meet people on the shuttles. It's really, really nice, and you don't have to worry about surge pricing or anything like that. So after my experience doing both, I think I would go back and do the shuttles again. Catherine J. Cabrera just said, how to survive. Yeah, great question. How do you survive this? Honestly, it's a lot of preparation. Sleep. Get good night's sleep beforehand, during the weekend. Sleep as much as you can. Like I said, like foam roll, stretch, definitely stretch, stay hydrated, make sure you're eating. You have to eat to fuel your body throughout this weekend. Don't just run on a chicken finger and a french fry and call it a day. Definitely eat some good food. And then, yeah, and just like explore the festival, but take breaks, sit down. I drink Red Bulls, you know, whatever you got to do to keep yourself up, but don't overdo it with any substances, please. Please be careful with that stuff. Okay, Gabby Matt said, so we can't bring liquid makeup for Camp EDC. What exactly do you recommend we bring as alternatives? I've never camped before for a festival, so I'm confused. So somebody else answered this saying you can definitely bring liquid makeup. I think it's like other stuff that's in glass containers that's an issue. So like liquor. Yeah, I don't think you're going to have any issue with liquid makeup, especially if they're not going to go through your your makeup bag at camp. I don't think they're going to search you that vigorously, and they're not really concerned about makeup. So I think your makeup should be totally fine. Me personally, this is not based on like camp rules. I personally like to travel with foundations that are in like a tube just because I don't want them to break and they're just really easy to throw in my bag. So I don't know if you have any foundations like that. If not, I'm going to be bringing my normal foundation, which is in a glass bottle. So I wouldn't worry about that. Julio said best poop party to attend to. I think he meant best pool party. But what's a poop party about? You guys tell me. I don't really know what the poop party is about. But the best pool parties, in my opinion, I love Dre's. It's a rooftop pool over the Cromwell, and Encore Beach Club are my two personal favorite pool parties. Okay, next question. Are there any stages getting a redesign this year besides Kinetic? So usually I'm very like up on the latest stage information, but because EDC has changed so many times at this fucking point, I honestly don't even remember. But yes, Kinetic is always redesigned. The past few years, Circuit Grounds has been new every year, so I'm going to make the assumption Circuit Grounds will be new again, but we'll see. Not sure about Wasteland, but Wasteland has been the same design for the last 3 years, so hopefully that gets an update. Wouldn't be surprised if they keep Quantum, Neon Garden, and Base Pod the same, but you never know. They might switch it up. They've switched up Quantum Valley, Neon Garden, and Base Pod the last few years, so they could be new. And then Cosmic Meadow, I hope they don't change it because that was brand new in 2019 and I loved what they did with that stage design. So I really hope Cosmic Meadow stays the same. And then Stereo Bloom, it could be the same, it could be different. Honestly, I feel pretty neutral. The design's cool, but we've already had it for 2 years. So it'd be cool to see a new design for a Stereo Bloom. Rick with _no Morty _ said, are you planning to do the 6 a.m. sets during Camp EDC? I'm excited to meet everyone in my row and I'm taking a portable stove and taking extra food to cook and give out. That's awesome. So yeah, I mean, I'm dying to see the Camp EDC lineups. Like we haven't gotten that yet, at least when I'm recording this. So I'm dying to see who's going to be playing and what the times they're going to be playing at because I already know my sleep schedule is going to be absolutely wrecked. So I don't think I'm going to do after parties every single day, but we'll try our best. Like I would say probably Friday and Saturday we might check it out and we'll definitely do pool parties, but I will make it to some 6 a.m. sets. We'll have to see what the lineup is. Carrie Nebula 24 said the biggest issue I saw in the past 2 years was people forgot to bring lights for their tents. The tents only come with a small flashlight and they don't really do much. So she recommends bringing in extra lights. So that's a pro tip for you guys. If you're going to be camping, bring lights, bring a lantern, whatever you need. So ST Lauren said, I'm wondering if the closing times for camp check-in mean you have to be through the gate at that time, or are you good if you're already in line? I don't know the answer to that question. So if any of you guys do know the answer, please help them out in the comments. But I would assume if you get there and you're just sitting in line, they'll probably let everybody in, but I could be wrong about that. That's a total assumption. D_Domo said, how many art cars does EDC Las Vegas have and have they changed over the years? If so, what have they been? So yeah, I know there's at least 3. There's Calliope, Wide Awake Art Car, and Mayan Warrior. Mayan Warrior is awesome. I know there's at least those 3, but I definitely think there's more than that. And they do sometimes change. So we'll see what's going to be new. Tips for first-time solo visitors. So yeah, if you're going solo, I recommend taking the shuttles just so that you can meet other people and be around other people. I also recommend checking out different online groups. So my podcast, Rave Culture Cast, we have a Facebook group community. We have a Discord. And in our Discord, we have a channel called Find a Rave Fam if you guys want to meet up with other people. The Radiate app is also great for that as well. Definitely attend meetups for different groups, or if you have a favorite artist, a lot of times they'll do meetups and things like that at the festival, but just don't be shy. Everyone is there is so nice and so welcoming, so don't be afraid to tap somebody on the shoulder, introduce yourself. If you see a group vibing, go over and vibe with them, just hang out. But you'll be totally fine. Just make sure people know where you are, make sure your phone is charged, all that good stuff, so that you're just being safe. Okay, somebody said, will there be food stands available? Tons. So much food, water refill stations, rides, all that good stuff will be there. Tony Cass said, what time should people arrive to camp on Thursday? So we're going on Thursday as well. From what I've heard, people just say go early, as early as you possibly can, or early afternoon. I would personally just avoid going at nighttime when it starts to get dark. So as early as you can arrive on Thursday. Somebody said, when should I give up on getting into camping? Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, honestly, I would email customer service. They got back to me in March, so I don't know if they're crazy busy right now, but email them and see if they can let you know where you are on the wait list, just so they can give you an idea. Because if it were me, I would want to have my hotels and stuff like that booked because it's very last minute. So I would give yourself a cutoff probably till next week before I book a hotel. How long are the water station lines usually? So it depends. There are a lot of them. So if you go to one and it's crazy busy, it might be worth walking to another one. Also, if you have VIP, there are separate water refill stations. At least there was a mini one at Kinetic Field, so that you have that. But typically they move quickly, a couple minutes. Merch lines is longer from what I remember. The merch line tents were crazy. Merch tent lines were crazy. Jimmy James 90 said, why do people struggle and fail at using the EDC bathroom so much? That's a great question. I don't know why. Probably because people are really fucked up. Shuttle passes are sold out. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. Would Uber work to get to EDC and take a taxi cab to return to Vegas? It's a good question. I know there's the rideshare tent, so I would probably just do Uber and Lyft the whole weekend if you can at that point. I'm not sure about how a taxi would be, but you could try. And lastly, how much do you usually budget for the whole festival? Foods, drink, merch, hotels? Guys, I'm really bad with numbers. I honestly don't really look at the whole weekend, but it's kind of hard at this point because a lot of the big stuff is done. But I usually try to buy stuff as early as possible. So I book my hotel, my flight early so that I can get better deals on them. You can use the app Hopper to track flights as well. So, gosh, budgeting, I don't even remember, honestly, I'm sorry. I don't even remember how much the tents were for Camp EDC, but I like to give myself a little bit of wiggle room, especially if you're going to be drinking at the festival. I typically bring like $60 to $80 a day into an event for liquor and for food, and that's usually pretty good for me in the past. Again, EDC is longer time span, so it depends on how much you're going to eat and drink throughout that time. And then I have my hydration pack on so that I have free water. Ubers in the past, I had gone with either 3 or 4 people, and I feel like it could have been anywhere from like $15 to $40 one way. So we would split that, or we would have like one person pay one Uber for the day, the second person pay for Saturday, and the third person would pay for Sunday. So it just depends on how you want to split it with your group, but I can't give like an overall budget. I feel like EDC is anywhere from like $1,000 to $2,000 depending on how much you're going to spend and where you're going to stay and all of that. But in the past, when I calculated it, I feel like it was at like $1,300 to $1,500 for the whole trip: hotel, cars, shuttle passes, food, nightlife, like all of that stuff. So it's a lot. It's a little bit pricey, but it's worth it. All right, you guys, we made it till the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate you being here and submitting your questions. So I do hope this video is as helpful as possible. Definitely let me know if you enjoyed it by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here and you haven't already subscribed, definitely hit that button down below to come join the family. You can connect with me online. I'm at Emma Kapotes on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And I'm always posting polls and questionnaires because I want to engage with you guys as much as possible. So I always want your feedback and your thoughts on these videos. I think that's it. I'm super excited for EDC. Again, check out my playlist if you want any more information. And the new episode of Rave Culture Cast as well. I go into so many more questions on EDC Las Vegas. So you have all of that content to check out. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Fall into you.